Speech off.
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6:16 a.m.
Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 91 degrees.
Alexa, what's the humidity?
Right now, the humidity is 86%.
Oh, sounds like a great morning walk. Good morning, everybody. Gretchen and I are leaving our home to go for our regular morning walk. And as you could hear Alexa, you probably can figure out the reason, come on, Gretchen, that we're going so early is the weather. Let me shut this door. Sorry if the camera's moving around. I'm walking out my front door, shutting it behind me. Just thought I'd give you an idea of what our morning walks look like. And the reason that we start out so early because it's so hot here in Alabama. Right straight ahead of me, approximately 6 feet, maybe less, but Gretchen will take me to the edge of the steps. Let's go forward, Gretchen. Then I reach out with my foot to find the edge of the step. Not as efficient as using a cane. I can tell you, a cane would have reached out, found the edge of this step, and the edge of the other 5 steps that Gretchen and I are fixing to go down. So we go down these stairs, we go out the front walkway, and we're on our adventure. Ready? Forward. 2, 3, 4, 5. Those steps too have absolutely no banisters, so I just did those 5 without holding on to anything but Gretchen's harness. Now, I'm going to kind of give you a description of, we just went to the edge of my property and we're walking down the sidewalk, the public sidewalk, which parallels the street. And on my right, there are apartments, which are our next door neighbors. And they're really nice people, except for when they get out there with their charcoal grill and they grill chicken, barbecue chicken. And then that's like torture to me because it just wafts over into my yard. And I dare not go over and ask for a leg or a thigh or something like that, you know. Don't want to be greedy. Okay, now I've already hit the second house. I can hear the compressor of a quiet air conditioner. So I know that we've already passed 2 properties. That's how fast we're walking. The car coming up on my left, going in the same direction I am. Oh, and the sun, I can see the scattered light above in my periphery. I have peripheral vision way up top and way down below where nothing happens. You know, nothing happens in that field. It all happens kind of right in the center, and I can't see any of that. But Gretchen and I, okay, now we're at the 4th property, the 5th property. We've come to an intersection. Let's cross. And I can hear a car coming from that way, and it's got to stop because it's a 4-way stop. So Gretchen and I are going. She takes me around and down a ramp to get back up on a ramp to get on the public sidewalk again. So now we're back on the public sidewalk, and on my right, we're going along the edge of a church parking lot. Across the street on the left is a big First Methodist church, big property. Let me see if I can make noise with, kind of got on good sneakers. But we're already into our second block, so we've gone one block and almost a half. Gretchen just veered me around some foliage that was coming out of the bush. You might be able to hear her feet. You might be able to hear mine. Let me see if I'm going to walk louder. Give you an idea of how fast we're going. Now, I would never be going this fast with a cane. I did walk this fast when I was in college and I had to get a class and I had to get to work. And I could see, when I was in college, I could see probably 20 feet in front of me. I couldn't see all the way down a street blocks, so I couldn't tell you anything beyond 20 feet, and I could clearly see the sidewalk with 2200 vision. We're going down, this is kind of a long block. It's our second block, and I can't honestly tell you, I don't know what structures are on my right. I'll point to them. Homes, I think there's a small apartment, like a duplex apartment type thing. It's a very old neighborhood. This street here seems like a crow. Okay, now we've come to the edge of this. I'm standing on top of a drain, which usually the sidewalk would continue on, but I know this to be a drain, and my toes are across the edge, and we're fixing to cross over the next street. Ready? Cross. There goes Gretchen. She knows when to cross. Okay, right up here. Let's see, that was our second block. Now we're entering our third block because we're walking fast. And I hope this isn't too boring. Now there are homes, again, on the right side of me. I'm pointing to the right side. There's a fenced-in yard up here with the dog. Hope to goodness it's not out, because it does tussle with Gretchen. Over on that side is the Presbyterian Church. On the other side of the street. I know what's around me if I can remember it, but I can't see anything. Here comes a car at our next block. So see, we've already traveled 4 blocks because we're going so fast. Okay, Gretchen, cross. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, now that we've safely crossed that street, I used to target, there's a pole right here, and I used to target that with her. Now she stopped at it, but we don't get a treat right there. But up here, this is our 5th block. Right up here, there's our little supermarket that closed. Not supermarket, it's a little community market, and it closed. It's very small, but it's in the downtown area, and I wish it would open back up again. Anyway, that's now we're in mostly businesses. Across the street there is a little tiny, you wouldn't call it a strip mall, but it's just several businesses connected together in a building. And they've been there probably for 60, 70 years. I hear a compressor coming up on my right, which is the back of the City Hall Annex. Used to be the old post office, built in 1935. But that let me know where I am. We're getting closer to a main intersection where there's a 4-way red light, because we've gotten out of the residential part. And she's going to target. Let's find a pole. Find your pole. Did you find the pole? Great, Gretchen. Let me click for her. Good girl, you found the pole. And now she gets a little treat. Here we go. There we go. You like that treat? You did a good job finding that pole. And there's an intersection right there, but we're not going that direction. We're gonna go, let's see, we're gonna go in this direction. Oh, and look at the flower beds. I think I'm pointing at the right direction. They're really pretty flower beds down here, paver stone. Let's find the banister, Gretchen. Find the banister. This is another one. There it is. Great. She found a banister, and that I have to have the banister to line me up to walk down this next long stretch of sidewalk. That's a good girl. So now we're in front of the City Hall Annex on my side of the street, and then if you look over on Main Street, you're right in front of City Hall. So Gretchen and I are going to head down like we always do because we go to several things on this side of the street, and I want her always to be very reassured of where she's going. Okay, Grayson, let's go forward. So we're still in front of City Hall Annex. I'm gonna see if I can give you a description of how fast this dog can take me. When I first was evaluated from the Seeing Eye, they flew an evaluator here, and I told the evaluator my goal is to just come down here and mill around downtown by myself with no other person. And that's what Gretchen's allowed me to do. Okay, now we're going across a driveway that goes into a bank drive-through. The reason I got quiet is I heard a pack of dogs, but it's on the other block, so we're okay, I think, unless they're in somebody's car. We're still on a paver sidewalk. Now I can hear it change when we go in front of these businesses. I think they're flower boxes. Gretchen takes me around those. With a cane, I would be tapping and tapping, hitting light posts and gorgeous flower beds that are in bloom. We're coming up under a pavilion of a restaurant, and I can hear that. It's the porch that stretches out because it plays music. But we're not going in with birdies in there. So cool. And I can hear the echo of my feet and Gretchen's little feet. Oh, she just took me around a big flower bed right there. I felt her pull over, and I usually give her the command, tighten up, which means us walking really close together. Another pavilion. When we were training in Manhattan, we had to do a tighten up. No, we're not. Gretchen. I don't know what that was about. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Forward. Forward. She just did a complete jut in front of me. And if I thought there was a cliff in front of me, I would have really stopped. But I know there's no cliff. She just did a complete perpendicular move, blocking me from going forward. But she was sniffing some flowers or something. But we have light poles over here. I don't know if you can hear closer. We're getting closer and closer to the fountain and the waterfall, which is in the curve of our main street. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that that's kind of a landmark for me because I can hear it so far away. Good job, Gretchen. Trying to point down at her. All on my left side, my right side, have been businesses. I don't know in order the names. I know Gretchen can't read them. I've had so many people ask me, how does she know which door to take you to? And now we've come to our curve. The only reason, I'm going to stand here for a second, the only reason that I know that we've come to the end of the entire block, and I'm going to turn around and just pan back up the block if you can see, but the only reason that I know that I've passed all of the businesses on Main Street at a really rapid pace, dodging everything, is because I've come to this corner and it opens up right here. I can feel the breeze, and I can hear the waterfall straight ahead, and I can also hear the openness of this area telling me that I've already come to the corner of the building, and I'm now ready to turn the corner and head. It's a 45-degree, it's a 90-degree angle. I'm ready to go to the north. Okay, let's find the chair. Let's find the chair. I've trained her to find a bench over here. Awesome, Gretchen. You found it, girl. That was so good. Now, are you ready for your... You get a treat. I just put a treat in her mouth. So I carry the treats in my left-hand pocket. I carry the clicker around a little lanyard thing that wraps around my left wrist. And if you have a guide dog, they always travel on your left while you hold on with your left hand. And for me, that's kind of been hard because I'm left-handed. So I've learned to do a lot of stuff like videoing with my right hand. And I just wanted to show that this might not be a big deal to a lot of people, but if you can't see, and to be able to get out in the early morning and do a really brisk walk is, for me, life-changing. And even though I could get around with a cane, I would not go around these city blocks with a brisk walk at all with my cane. I wasn't that proficient. I'm still not that proficient. And other than in junior high school, I never had formal cane mobility training. I was very proficient with walking in tight spaces. Actually did a lot of traveling overseas in Europe and Canada and different places using my cane. But to get up in the morning and do a brisk walk, you can't do that with a cane, or I can't do it with a cane. And Gretchen has allowed me to do that, and it's brought back an excellent form of relaxation for me, because when I get out and walk, clears my head, gets my blood pumping, and it's a lot different than getting on my elliptical. So I enjoy this a lot, and I hope you've enjoyed our little venture. We've got about 40 more minutes to walk before we get back home, and I will talk to you then, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.